So let's get back to the etymology of the ancient ancestral word of An, or Anu, the ancient Sumerian god and goddess. So remember that Anu or An was the celestial sky goddess. So the Sumerian An means the heavens or the sky. That's why we have Heaven. And remember that An was the female deity as well as the male deity. But since the matriarchal worship came before the patriarchal worship, the word An or Anna represents the female. That's why we have today names like Anna or Diana. And the Sumerian An gave birth to the Anunnaki, those who from heaven came to earth. An means the sky or the heavens, and Ki is the earth. These are known as the creator gods, like the god Anshar, who is also known as the sky axle or the sky god. And that's why every creature that lives upon earth is known as an animal. And An also gives us our words like anatomy or anthropology. And the etymology of the ani in animal is the same as dia or dios, just like Diana, which is the same etymology, like I said before, of Zeus as well as Jesus or Jesus, the dios, the two halves, as in the diagonal, the sun and the moon, the day and the night, the dios. This is why we have a symbol or the same bull, because you see both sides are the same or symmetrical. And almost every living creature in the animal kingdom is symmetrical. Nature's dualistic principle of duality. It's known as bisymmetry or symmetrical. So a human and a fish are both animals because they have bilateral symmetry, exactly like insects, which actually means in sections, the on or the in. And I know there are a few exceptions, but almost every single living creature on this earth needs both a male and a female in order to reproduce. Notice the produce as in deuce, as in dose, as in Zeus, the two, the sexaduce, because all animals reproduce with the dualistic nature of male and female, which is why almost all of the symbols of religion have the dualistic nature of negative and positive, the two halves, the dios, the two sides. Which is why the Bible has the story of the two, the evil and the good, Satan and Jesus, which is really just day and night, the moon and the sun, or hell and heaven. So the ani in animal is referring to the two sides, the dualistic principle, exactly like anti or anti, which is why we have the word Antichrist. And notice the upside down crosses, because they're showing you the dualistic principle of as above, so below. Anti means against, and Christ is the crescent of the moon, which is why the Antichrist is known as the man of sin, and sin is the moon. So the Antichrist is nothing more than the moon, which is against the sunlight. And of course the moon reflects the light of Re or Ray, the sun, just as the Christos of the oil does. Again, connecting the ancient cow, bull, on with the moon. So like I said, all of these primordial creator gods are gods who have the element of the air, which is why the very etymology of the word animal tells us that it is a living creature that breathes air. And you'll notice when you look up the etymology of the word animal or the breath of El, they show you a picture or refer you to the deer, the elk, the horned one, the sacred horned one of the horny moon. And the antelope has antlers that are anti or opposing one another. They are parallel. And the horny horns or the antlers is like a branch. And notice the word branch has the ankh in it, coming from the sacred tree of the goddess, which is the horned one of the bull On. And the opposing anti-antlers give us our word antenna, which are the two horns opposing one another. So now you understand where we get the word anthropomorphism, which is combining the human traits with that of the animal kingdom. And so now you'll know the truth behind the air and the anthrax.
The concern with anthrax is spores, because they can become airborne and you can inhale them. They can get deep in your lung, and by the time it's diagnosed, it can be a very serious situation.
And now you'll know why the group Anthrax has a song called Air. So now you'll understand the horned stag or the horned elk and the breath of El in the animal, and why the film Harry Potter shows the last breath of El, or the last breath coming from Sirius Black, and then they show the horned elk, the horned god. And of course they show the horn god in the movie The Queen.
He was wounded.
Yes. We got her.
And from the man who came from heaven, the Starman, we see the horned one. And how could we forget about Tom Green and the moose?
Okay? Come on! Come on! You guys, we can help it! Guys, come back! We can help them! We can revive them! Come back! Come on, come on. Come on, boy. We want to revive it. Here, come hump it with me. It'll get its heart going again. Come here. Come on. Come on, we can revive it. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Unfortunately, this animal is now dead because it can no longer breathe the air. And in order to live and breathe, every creature on earth needs to breathe the air, which comes from the bull or the oxen, which is why we need oxygen in order to survive. Or in order to survive El.